João achieved his goal of working at a prestigious law firm. However, on his first day, a difficult choice when he found a lost child set him on an unexpected path. This decision would lead him to discover that sometimes doing the right thing can open doors he never imagined. After months of intense study and dedication, João finally secured his dream job at one of the most renowned law firms in the city. The achievement was the result of many sleepless nights, reviewing cases and enhancing his legal knowledge, all with the aim of securing such a coveted position. This new chapter in his life promised not only financial stability but also recognition and the opportunity to advance in his career. On the morning of his first day at work, João woke up early, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. He took a refreshing shower and carefully selected the suit he had bought especially for the occasion, an elegant navy blue ensemble that conveyed seriousness and professionalism. He adjusted his tie, made sure his hair was perfectly styled, and took one last look in the mirror, taking a deep breath before heading out. Determined to make a good impression, João left home with plenty of time to spare. On his way to the office, he decided to stop by the neighborhood bakery, where he often had coffee. He wanted to take that moment of tranquility to organize his thoughts and mentally prepare for what lay ahead. As he entered the bakery, the comforting aroma of fresh bread and coffee enveloped him, bringing a sense of comfort and familiarity. While waiting in line, he felt a mix of anxiety and anticipation, eager to begin this new professional chapter. As João left the bakery, coffee still hot in hand, he noticed something unusual on the sidewalk ahead. A girl of about 7 years old, with long brown hair and wearing a thin pink dress, was sitting on the curb. Despite her good quality clothes and new shoes, the girl was visibly upset, with tears streaming down her flushed cheeks. She sobbed, her small shoulders shaking with sadness. João hesitated for a moment, glancing between his watch and the girl. He knew he was on a tight schedule to get to the office on his first day of work. However, something in his conscience wouldn't let him walk away. The sight of that vulnerable, alone child deeply touched his heart. He approached cautiously, concerned about not scaring her further. Squatting to her eye level, João spoke in a soft, reassuring voice. "Hi, are you okay? Are you lost?" The girl looked up, her brown eyes full of fear and distrust. For a moment, she pulled back a little, but the kindness in João's face seemed to reassure her. Still tearful, she nodded affirmatively. With a trembling voice, the girl began to recount what had happened. She had been in a park with her mother when someone approached and offered her sweets. Amid the confusion of people in the area, she lost sight of her mother. The person, claiming to want to help her, took her to a car, but instead of finding her mother, she found herself being driven away. It was then that, in a moment of inattention from the adult, she managed to escape at a gas station where they had stopped. Her voice was a mix of innocence and terror, and João felt a lump form in his throat as he listened to her story. It was evident that the girl was desperate and lost, not knowing how to get back home. João looked around, searching for any sign of someone who might be looking for her, but the street was quiet. He knew he couldn't leave her there alone and vulnerable. Moved by the girl's situation, João decided to act. With an encouraging smile, he gently took her hand and led her back to the bakery. "Let's go inside and have something to eat, okay? Then we'll figure out what to do next," he said, trying to keep his voice calm to avoid alarming her further. The girl, still visibly shaken, nodded timidly. Inside the bakery, the warm atmosphere and the smell of fresh coffee seemed to bring some comfort to the child. João ordered a sandwich and juice for her, while he contented himself with the coffee he already had in hand. Sitting at a table in the corner, he watched the girl eat slowly, as if each bite was an effort to calm her nerves. With each passing moment, she seemed to relax a little more, her anxious eyes finally starting to show signs of trust. While she ate, João asked her name and tried to gather more details about what had happened. The girl was named Sophia, and as she told her story, her voice grew stronger, as if verbalizing the trauma helped her process it. João listened attentively, assuring her that she was safe now and that he would help her find her mother. After finishing the snack, João decided that the best thing to do was to take Sophia to the nearest police station. He knew this was the quickest way to ensure she was reunited with her family. On the way, he held her hand firmly, offering comforting words and promising that everything would be okay. Upon arriving at the police station, the officers greeted them with expressions of surprise and relief. One of the officers immediately recognized Sophia, informing them that she had been reported missing 2 days earlier. The news left João relieved and emotional. He had done the right thing and helped bring safety to a lost child. As Sophia was taken to be attended to and reunited with her family, João felt a wave of satisfaction for following his instinct and helping. While waiting in the police station's reception area, João was lost in thought, still digesting the unexpected events of the day. His phone rang, interrupting his reverie. It was a call from the office where he was supposed to start working that day. João quickly answered, eager to explain the situation and justify his absence. However, the voice on the other end was cold and impersonal. "Mr. João, we are calling to inform you that, due to your unexplained absence on the first day of work, the company has decided to terminate your contract, effective immediately." The statement was blunt and cutting, leaving no room for discussion. João tried to intervene, his voice trembling with urgency. "Please, I can explain. There was an emergency. I found a lost child and had to take her to the police station. I did what I thought was right." But the person on the other end, unmoved, cut him off. "We understand, sir, but we have strict policies regarding punctuality and commitment. The decision has already been made." The call ended abruptly, leaving João in silence, the phone still in his hand. He felt the weight of the news hit him, a mix of disbelief and frustration. He had lost the job of his dreams, the one he had fought so hard for, all for following his heart and helping a child in need. As he looked toward the room where Sophia was being cared for, João tried to find comfort in the fact that at least one family would be reunited thanks to his actions. However, the reality of what he had lost began to set in, bringing with it a sense of emptiness and uncertainty. João returned home desolate, his mind heavy with the turn of events. In the days that followed, he tried to console himself with the idea that he had done the right thing by helping a child in danger. However, the harsh reality of being unemployed and, consequently, without income, began to weigh on him. He knew that his mother depended on him for expenses, and the guilt over his situation started to grow. Then, one day, he received a call from the police station, asking him to come in to give a statement about the encounter with Sophia. Upon arrival, João was greeted with gratitude and smiles from the police officers and, more importantly, from Sophia's family. Dona Clara, the girl's mother, was an elegant and composed woman, but her eyes shone with tears of gratitude. Clara hugged João, thanking him repeatedly for saving her daughter. Amid tears, she asked what she could do for him in return for such kindness. João, still shaken by recent events, responded humbly, "I just need a job to help my mother with the expenses." Clara, with a warm smile and a look full of promise, replied, "I will talk to my husband about it. Rest assured, we will help you." That afternoon, while João was still reflecting on the recent events, his phone rang again. It was a firm and masculine voice on the other end. The man introduced himself as Sophia's father and asked João to come to a meeting at his office. The voice was warm and friendly, but João couldn't help but feel a mix of apprehension and growing curiosity. What could Sophia's father want? And why a meeting at an office? With a racing heart, João headed to the provided address. As he walked through the city streets, his thoughts oscillated between the expectation of a possible formal thank you and the fear of some unexpected complication. As he approached the destination, a wave of disbelief washed over him. The building was unmistakable. He had been there before. It was the same building as the law firm from which he had been fired just a few days earlier. Still perplexed, João was led by the receptionist into an elegant meeting room. Upon entering, he was greeted by a man with an imposing presence but a welcoming smile. "Hello, João. I'm Carlos Andrade, Sophia's father and the owner of this company." João was momentarily speechless, trying to process the coincidence. Mr. Andrade continued, with a serious yet friendly expression, "I heard about what happened to you here and how you helped my daughter. I deeply appreciate you being a person of character and courage in such a crucial moment." With his heart still racing, João listened as Mr. Andrade explained that the family was aware of his unjust dismissal and the moral dilemma he had faced. "Your actions deserve more than recognition, João. We need people like you, who act with integrity even when no one is watching. Therefore, we would like to offer you a new position in the company, this time at a higher level that truly matches the values and character you have shown." João, emotional and incredulous, felt his eyes welling up with tears. It was a turn of events he could never have imagined. He had lost the job of his dreams, only to find an even better opportunity, all for following his heart and making the right choice. I don't know how to thank you, sir. This means so much to me," João stammered, feeling a mix of relief and joy. With a gentle smile, Mr. Andrade stood up and extended his hand. "Thank us by continuing to be who you are. Welcome back, João." With a firm handshake, João felt his faith in justice and kindness restored. He had left that building a few days earlier, desolate and hopeless, only to return with a new career opportunity and a life lesson he would never forget.